Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you episode 45 of my brand new comics haul series. This is a series where each and every week when I head down to my local comic shop and pick up all the new books I'm going to be getting that week, I show you guys everything I got and I tell you a little bit about every single issue. So now that we've got this week's stack out of the bag, let's get this bag out of the way. Alright, before I get right into this haul for this week, I wanted to acknowledge a couple of big milestones that the channel just hit. First of all, 200 subscribers, we did it! This is a huge accomplishment, a really big milestone for the channel. Thank you so much to all of you guys who have been supporting me, all of my returning subscribers and viewers, and everyone who subscribed over these last couple of months. And we also hit 100 videos. Not too important, but I thought that was kind of a milestone. 100 full videos on the channel, pretty big deal also. But now that we've got all that out of the way, I want to get right into this brand new comics haul. As always, we'll start off with the most anticipated issue of the week, which for me is from Marvel Comics this week. That is Devil's Reign issue number 1. This is one that's on a lot of people's radar this week. It's Marvel's next huge event that they're going to be doing. This is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Marco Cacchetto. They're the creative team that just came off of their run on Daredevil, which just wrapped up. I actually got the final issue of that run last week, and it's all been leading to this big culmination of everything. We saw Matt Murdock, Daredevil, released from prison after being in prison for a long time, and Elektra, who's been Daredevil since then, meeting up with him again. Now they're just both Daredevil patrolling the street, but I'm really excited to see how this shapes up. I will be putting out a video within these next few days going over all of the different tie-ins and everything else that you need to know about Devil's Reign, so look out for that if you're curious to find out more information about this event. Really excited to see where this issue goes. Even though I didn't read too much of Daredevil, I think it's going to be an awesome event. So that's Devil's Reign issue number 1, my most anticipated issue of the week. Alright, next up this week from Marvel Comics, I've got Inferno number 2. This issue I'm giving my award for the best creative team of the week, because of course we've got Jonathan Hickman writing this issue and the whole miniseries. It's his whole finale to his entire X-Men run over these last few years, but this one has art primarily by R.B. Silva, but it looks like based on the cover and the interior of this issue, it's going to be really exciting. We've got everything with Nimrod happening, all of that going down finally. This powerful, like, sort of android construct that's been created by Orchis. We've also got all of the things going on with Destiny and Mystique. Destiny having just been resurrected, and now she's a member of the Quiet Council because everyone voted yes for some reason. There's some definitely political, like, kind of Krakoan stuff going on in here, so kind of interesting to see that side of things, but I am expecting a little bit more from this issue as we near the big finale of Jonathan Hickman's X-Men. So that's Inferno issue number 2, best creative team of the week in my opinion. And next up this week from Marvel Comics, I've got Giant Size Black Cat issue number 1. This is Infinity Score, but for some reason they didn't put that label on the variant cover that I got here. It's just the only one that my shop had. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this big finale to the Black Cat series and the Infinity Score saga turns out to be. Jed MacKay is the writer on this. He's been writing Black Cat for a couple years now. I've like dipped in and out of the run a little bit. I got like the first 3 or so issues, which I didn't like too much, so then I dropped the series, but now I'm back on it because all of this Infinity Stone stuff that Marvel has been building up for a while now with Infinite Destinies, which led into this Black Cat story arc, is ending all here. We don't have any more plans confirmed for what's going to come next regarding the Infinity Stones. The stones are now like bonded to different people. Some of them are totally random, some of them are like existing characters already, but now Black Cat is trying to organize all of them for the biggest heist she's ever done, her Infinity Score, right? Hence the title. That's Giant Size Black Cat, Infinity Score number 1. We'll see how the Infinity Saga of Jed MacKay and Black Cat wraps up. Next up this week from Marvel Comics, I've got the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 80, Point Beyond. I was realizing that every single issue I got from Marvel this week is oversized, either $5 or $6. They're killing us with those prices these days. I still haven't gotten a hold of issue number 80 though, so I will probably wait to read this until I'm able to get that issue. But as you can see on the cover here, it's dealing with Aunt May and Dr. Octopus reuniting for the first time in a really long time. The thing that I'm most excited for in this issue is Doc Ock though. He's one of my favorite characters. I really liked his whole stint as the Superior Spider-Man, one of the most famous comic storylines of all time, but now that he's back to his regular body and everything, back to kind of his villainous ways, I just want to see him be a villain in Amazing Spider-Man again. Whether or not he has good intentions, that's what he's always been, right? That's what he's always going to go back to. Something really cool so far, though, is that all of these Beyond tie-ins have also been really important to the main run. Even that, like, Death of Doctor Strange issue that was just a tie-in to that event looks like it's pretty important as well. So that's the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 80, Point Beyond. The final issue that I picked up from Marvel Comics this week was Fantastic Four Life Story issue number 5. This is featuring the 00s, the O's, whatever you want to call them, basically from 2000 to 2010. Each each issue of this series covers a different decade, but this issue specifically, I want to give it my award for the best cover art of the week. This is done by Daniel Acuna. He's been doing awesome covers for all of the life story issues. Galactus has been the big looming threat behind all 5 issues of this run so far, which I found actually really interesting. Like, Galactus is pretty, you could say overused in comics. I mean, I think he's a good character. People should think of him as a way, like, scarier threat, and that's what they're doing in this miniseries. We haven't seen Galactus actually arrive on Earth, but the Fantastic Four, as they're aging by decades and decades in every issue, are totally preparing for everything. It is an alternate universe type of story, but this issue we see Galactus actually arriving. Really well written by Mark Russell, and we've got great art by Sean Isaacs. So that's the Fantastic Four Life Story, issue number 5. Next up this week, I grabbed 2 issues from DC this week, and the first one here is a really big release. This is Batman issue number 118. So you guys most likely know I'm not a big DC reader. I don't read anything from DC, but lately I've been getting into a couple of their different series, and I've been enjoying a few of the different issues that I've been picking up. So I thought it'd be a great jumping on point to start off with Batman number 118 that came out this week, because this is the brand new creative team for Batman. Now we've got Joshua Williamson, who I haven't read that much of his work, but I know he's a really big writer for DC. This brand new relaunch is just supposed to follow Batman dealing with the aftershock of Fear State, which was the huge event that went down at the very end of James Tynion's run on Batman, and I heard some pretty mixed reviews about that, some pretty bad things, but that's Batman number 118. I'm pretty curious to see how this goes, especially for a new reader. And moving on this week, the final issue that I picked up from DC Comics was Dark Knights of Steel number 2. I've been really excited for this issue since we got the release of number 1, which I really thoroughly enjoyed. It was written by Tom Taylor with art by Yasmin Putri. They're the same creative team on this issue number 2, and it's only going to be 12 issues. In the first issue, we saw this whole world being expanded. It's basically, what if the DC universe was medieval? So we see Batman, Bruce Wayne, protecting Superman, who's the prince of this royal family. Of course, his parents are from Krypton. In this universe, they came with him on the pod that they sent before Krypton was destroyed. So some really interesting kind of little tweaks happening and some twists and turns that happen in issue number 1, following into number 2. There was a really big reveal at the very end that I won't get into, so liked it so far, hoping it continues to be just as good. I can't wait to read Dark Knights of Steel number 2. And now for the final issue that I picked up this week, it was from Image Comics. I got crossover number 10. This is part 3 of this current story arc that's been going on, which is called Meanwhile. I've kind of liked how Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw, the creative team on this book, have been jumping around from different ideas that can be explored in this world where every fictional comic character suddenly comes true, right? And in this latest story arc, which is Meanwhile, we've had sort of a murder mystery going on because all of these different characters who came into the real world are suddenly like murdering comic creators, some of which are the creators that created them. So the idea is that if you kill a comic creator, then all of the characters that that person created also die or just wipe from existence. This is a pretty good series so far. I definitely recommend it. That's crossover number 10. Alright, well that's every single one of the brand new issues that I picked up this week. I want to know what you guys got though. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you already read your issues, which one was your favorite one of the week, or which was your most anticipated. But for now, if you enjoyed the video, or if you got some good information from it, make sure to click that subscribe button. That's the big red button, which is sitting right below this video. Next milestone is 300. We'll see how quickly we can make it there, but that's up to you guys as always. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye, guys.